a bus accident scenario that serves as a reminder of the importance of transportation techniques used by emergency medical services during the casualty. Imagine a busy street with several pedestrians going about their day. A bus filled with passengers is being driven by a responsible and attentive bus driver. As they approach the street, suddenly another vehicle swerves into their path, causing a collision. Panic and chaos ensue among the passengers as they try to comprehend what just happened. As you can see, the bystanders crowded around the scene. And as usual, most of them doesn't show any concern regarding the incident. Instead, they started discussing and recording. But one of the responsible bystander within the crowd shows concern and directs other people to check the victims.
ये क्या कर रहे हैं आप सब लोग? क्या इतना बड़ा एक्सीडेंट हो गया और आप सबको वीडियो बनाने के लिए चलिए मेरे साथ चेक करिए। मैं ही नर्स कॉल करूँ।
Meanwhile, she quickly contacts the EMS, informing the collision and immediate need for assistance.
हेलो, emergency services?
Yes, EMS this side.
मैम रामपुर रोड चौराहे पे बहुत बड़ा एक्सीडेंट हो गया, प्लीज जल्दी आ जाइए।
जी हम पहुंच रहे हैं। Staff, there is an emergency at Rampur Road Choraha. You have to leave now.
The ambulance crew rushes to the scene, assessing the passengers for any injuries and providing necessary medical attention. After which, the crew starts using the specific technique according to the respective injury, which we will be discussing and demonstrating one by one simultaneously. The transport techniques are bifurcated into single helper and multiple helper technique. Single helper technique comprises of single person performing the following techniques. In the first scenario, a light conscious child without any additional injury is being lifted by the cradle technique. But in case of unconscious victim, using this technique may lead to spinal and head or neck injury. So, to performing this, lift the casualty by passing one of your arms well beneath his two knees and the other arm wrapping the upper back and move out safely with the patient. The next one is human crush technique. In this, the casualty must be conscious and capable of giving the rescuer some assistance. Its indications are lower limb injuries that cannot or shouldn't bear full or partial weight. And contraindications include poor balance and upper extremity injury that prevents use of crutches. For this one, position of rescuer's hands, one holding the casualty's wrist and other taking a firm grip of the clothes at the waist on the far side of the body. The injured side of the casualty should be closest to the rescuer and lift the patient calmly and move out with him or her. The next one is a pick a back technique, which is used when the affected person has an injury in his or her leg and is not able to walk long distances, but can support themselves with their hand. In this method, the rescuer first gets down on one knee and allows the affected person to saddle on his back. The rescuer then holds the affected person at the thigh and the affected person encircles the rescuer's neck for support and they move out easily. The last single helper technique is fireman lift and carry technique, indicated for carrying unconscious victim for longer distances. Its contraindication include patient with spinal and cervical injury. It is very difficult to Get the person up to this position from the ground. Getting the victim into position requires strong rescue. The victim is carried over one's shoulder. The rescuer's arm on the side that the victim is being carried is wrapped across the victim's leg and grasp the victim's opposite arm. Carry safely and move out. Now we will learn about multiple helper transport. When multiple helpers are available, following transport techniques can be used. The first is human crush technique or two-person grab. For conscious victim, this technique allows victim to swing their leg using rescuers as a pair of crutches. For unconscious victim, it is quick and easy method to move victim out of immediate danger. The method is start with victim on ground. Both rescuers stand on either side of victim's chest. Pulling and lifting victim's arm, rescuers bring victim into sitting position. The conscious victim will then stand with rescuers' assistance. Rescuers place their hands around victim's waist. Place victim's arms over their shoulder so that they end up facing same direction as victim. On count of 3, rescuers then move out, dragging victim's leg behind. 1, 2, 3. The next technique is hand seat technique or four-handed seat. Indications. For carrying a conscious and alert victim to moderate distances, victims must be able to stand unsupported and hold themselves upright during transport. Two bearers face each other behind the arm. They rest their left wrist with their right hand and right wrist with their left hand. Then they lower the seat and allow victim to sit. Lower seat using your legs, not your back. When victims is in place, stand using your legs, keeping your back straight. On count of 3, move ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Now, two-handed seat. This technique is for carrying a victim to longer distances. This technique can support an unconscious victim as well. One arm is placed around back of another rescuer arm and other arm of both rescuer under victim's thighs, grasping wrists of each another. One pair of arms forms a seat rest and other pair forms a back rest. Pick up victim by having both rescuers squat down on either side of victim. Reach under victim's shoulder and under their knees. Grasp the other rescuer's wrist. From the squat with good lifting technique, stand on the count of 3. Walk in direction that victim is facing. Now, fore-arm technique. Indication. To transport a conscious or unconscious casualty and is preferred two-man carry for moving a victim for longer distances. Position casualty on the back with his arms by his side. One bearer kneels at casualty's head, sliding his hands under casualty's arm and across casualty's chest and locks his hand together at victim's chest. Second bearer spread victim's legs, kneels between legs with his back to other bearer and grasp under casualty's knees. Both bearers rise together, lifting casualty on count of 3. Both bearers walk forward with casualty. The next technique is kitchen chair carry technique. Indications. Good method for carrying victims up and down stair or through narrow or uneven areas. Place victim up and make him sit in a chair. Rescue at head grasps chair from sides of back, then tilts the chair back onto its rear legs.
1, 2, 3.
Second rescuers should face out and grasp the chair legs. On count of 3, move ahead. Blanket lift technique. Indications. It is an effective method for loading or moving a casualty in confined space. 4 or 6 rescuers can be used. This can also be used as improvised stretcher for carrying over moderate distances. Lay the victim on blanket. Roll blanket lengthwise. The 6 rescuers will then position themselves opposite one another on both sides of victim, holding on to blanket. The sides of blanket are rolled up close to casualties to provide hand grip for bearers. At count of 3 by the leader, casualty is lifted waist high.
1, 2, 3.
Lift the victim together at the same time and then move ahead. After shifting the patient from the scene by appropriate transfer technique, the EMS crew transports the casualties to the hospital. And drive them. Let the patient know about the technique. Flex the knee gently. Support one hand at the shoulder and other in the hip. Turn gently to right side of the patient. Assist the patient to slide heels off the edge of mattress. Simultaneously raise his or her head trunk by pushing the mattress with freeze of left hand and grasping the edge of the mattress. Assist the patient to place both arms extended backward with palms supporting on the mattress and both feet on floor to maintain shifting position. Thank you. Wait for leader's signal by counting 1, 2 and 3. When leader counts 3, move patient to the side of bed using a right angle pull maneuver. Check if the patient is comfortable or not.
अच्छा होगा, मुझे लग रहा था कि बहुत बोरिंग होगा पर बहुत अच्छा होगा। इंटरेस्ट रहा, पूरे टाइम इंटरेस्ट रहा। जैसा कि ये लोग बता रहे थे 1 घंटे का प्रोग्राम है, मैं सोच रहा था कैसे टाइम कटेगा, सच बताऊं तो। पर जैसा इन्होंने परफॉर्म किया, ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट ऑफ देयर एक्सप्लेनेशन वाज एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी एंड एक्स्ट्रा गुड। फ्रॉम माई साइड द कोऑर्डिनेशन, यहाँ से विमल कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहा था, वहाँ से वो कर रहे थे। ईच एंड एवरीथिंग वाज सो परफेक्ट कि ऐसा लग रहा था एक हॉस्पिटल एनवायरनमेंट है। Being a first time, they have performed very well.
In workshop, it is very helpful कि we understand कि ये चीज़ क्या है क्या नहीं। स्टूडेंट्स ने बहुत अच्छा करा, काफ़ी इंटरैक्टिव थी पोजीशन, काफ़ी सिंसियरली उसमें ये चीज़ जैसे एम्बुलेंस की एक्चुअली ये एक रियल सिमुलेशन टेक्निक थी जो कि काफ़ी इंटरैक्टिव थी और अच्छा था, समझ आया। और बहुत सारी टेक्निक्स ऐसी थी कि लर्निंग एक्टिविटी हमें समझ आया। थैंक यू।
जो हमने देखा फर्स्ट सेम का एक कोऑर्डिनेटेड मैनर में इस प्रेजेंटेशन को करना या इस डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन को करना प्रैक्टिकली, ठीक है, तो वो मुझे एक इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ आइकॉनिक प्रेजेंटेशन फॉर मी, ठीक। और जैसा मतलब मैंने सोचा, बस दीपिका मैम से थोड़ी बहुत बात हो जाती थी कभी कभी, क्योंकि होता था मैम हो रहा है कुछ तो मैम से यस मैम चल रहा है, बच्चे कर रहे हैं, इधर टाइम चाहिए उधर टाइम चाहिए, जैसा भी है। बट आज देख के लगा वाकई जो आपने टाइम लिया वो आपने जो है प्रॉपरली इसको यूटिलाइज किया। 1, 2, 3